I would agree that what India's doing is quote unquote interesting. I would also bring up the Chinese proverb. It is a curse to wish someone they live in an interesting world.
There's a few that I've been mulling through. Obviously, the financial system's obvious. Blockchain rails are faster settlement, easier proven ownership, all of that. And that's a gigantic system. But let's ignore that one for now. I like to look where the world is going. And clearly, AI is going to evolve into AGI. And we don't know, well, who is human and who is not. Eventually, I think AI will end up with rights, societal rights, as it advances enough. But the point being is we have an urgent need for digital ID at a humanitarian scale. I mean, it needs to be for everybody. Now, India did something with this with the Aadhaar system, which is a biometric system, and they got 1.2 billion people on it. It's not on blockchain rails, but it was super interesting. It's the first time we've seen anything at that scale roll out. So now you can basically go and buy a pint of milk or have a contract where you'd have to do the KYC AML with a fingerprint. Okay, that's really interesting. WorldCoin are doing something along this line, but it feels like if there's one thing, ID is going to become urgent pretty soon in this world, because we don't know who the hell is human, who's not, who's an agent. Now, it's fine. AI agents are going to need their own IDs.
I think the AI question is a very interesting one, but the determining individuality, personhood. I absolutely agree that this is a critical stop on the path to what we're building being relevant on the broad scale to everyone. A digital ID, like proving who you are, is not. It leaves a bitter taste in my mouth. And it's words that Edward Snowden, he appeared at one of the Web3 summits to speak on this, basically. And one of his sort of adages, one of his sort of bits of advice he left us with was that it's very, which I totally agree with, is that it's a worrying direction we're going in when you have to prove who you are in order to buy petrol for your car or a bottle of milk. It shouldn't be about proving who you are. It should simply be about giving what you have, right? So indeed, the personhood, it's reasonable that you may need to prove you are in a particular age range. It's reasonable to prove that you may, in order to vote, you're in a particular locality.
Can you not have permission zero knowledge proof? So I permission you to know my age and where I live, but I don't permission you to know any of my financial details or anything else. I mean, that world seems doable using zero knowledge technology.
Precisely. So this absolutely. Now, what India's doing?
No, it's not at all, right? That's state level observation.
And I think this is a very concerning direction for society to be going in. So while I would agree that what India's doing is quote unquote interesting, I would also bring up the Chinese proverb. It is a curse to wish someone they live in an interesting world.